Here, Custom Corpses. Okay, so I'm going to tilt this back a little bit. I haired the mask, but I'm not going to do any of the styling or brush it out until tomorrow. I'm just going to set this camera up. Give me a second here. I weathered the mask a little bit, not too much. I want to keep it kind of the way it was. Nice. Okay. Yeah, see, it's still washed out looking. It's the lighting. Let me see if I can change the lighting real quick. Let me kill these lights over here. Nice. I just hit my phone. I just hit the phone by accident. Spun that thing completely around. There we go. Let me check the comments on my computer. This way we can see who's on. Ugh. Oh my God, this chair sucks. I can't maneuver it like I used to. I gotta grease up the wheels. Enough of that. Go to my channel. Oh, Jesus. We're hearing the sound. Okay, so I haired it. What's up, Asylum? Your first one here. Yes, you are. Your first one here. And I haired it today. It's not styled. It's not styled. All right. I got to turn the lights up a little bit so you guys can see the hairing more, because I turned the lights down low because it looks really washed out. Even with the lights real low, it just looks really washed out. So it's got the hair. Hold on. All right, so it's super bright, but I put the hair on it, and yeah, I don't have my spinning table. I don't have my spinning table up there because I haired the mask, and so we've got the hairlines on here. You can see it. It looks pretty good. Now, I still have to pull the hair back on top of that hairline, the glue line. That still gets hooked up, but I do that after I style it. I style it first. There's a profile so you can see where the hairline is. It's more rounded. That's how this mask is. It's not kind of, it doesn't go in and then down. It goes in behind the ear. Now, the hair I got on here is friggin' awesome. I got good stuff on there, and it styles really nice. Right now, it still has to be brushed out. Yeah, it still has to be brushed out. How's that look? Now, let's leave that light on. Just gonna leave all the lights on. I know I can't do anything about the washed out look anyway. No point in crying about it. Because Um, yeah, so what I have to do, can you hear me okay? Or do I have to be real loud? Yeah, I did that probably about, I finished it about 3 hours, maybe 4 hours ago. Okay, Asylum. Cool. Yeah, I did the hair about 3 or 4 hours ago. It's still got it. It still has to be brushed out, but as you can see, I don't have 1,000 pounds of hair on there. It's really nice. It's got the perfect amount. It's got the pompadour up there right now because you need more hair up top. And how I do my hair now is I put shorter strand uh, patches from the back of the head all the way up until about just past the ears. And then from that point forward, I use about 6 inches of hair. So I use 4 inches of hair all the way up just past the ears going up on the head. And then I use 6 inches of hair, um, the whole top portion. And the hairline gets all 6 inch hair. The hairline itself, the last, and the hairline's pretty accurate to what the screen used mask is. Um, but what you're seeing now is you're seeing the glue line. You won't see that because once I style it and I tease it, yeah, I could do it now, but I just don't. I want to wait till tomorrow because what happens is the glue is a little. It's stretchy for at least several hours. I want it to be completely hardened up because if I start pulling on that hair when I brush it out, it can pull a lot of chunks out of that, and I don't want that to happen. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that it's really good and dry, and then tomorrow I'm going to brush it out and style it. And it's the glue line. I use tacky glue. Tacky glue is, um, it's great, uh, but you have to let it really cure. You can't, because right now, yeah, it's cured, but it's soft, and a lot of elasticity to it. And if you start pulling on it too, it'll come away from that mask, and we don't want that. So we're gonna wait till that completely dries overnight. Nice cure to it. And as you can see, the sides of the hair on the side of the head is not real bulky and thick like my normal hair job. I've actually come up with a really good way to hair these masks, and it should be a really, really nice hair job on this. Once I tease it and get the hair really teased up nice. I want the hair going in all kinds of directions. I want it swirling and everything on the top, on the pompadour. But it has to be I have to do it in such a way where I'm taking bulks of strands and then going in one direction, another bulk of strand going in another direction. There's a lot. There's a lot to it. You don't just. And once I have it teased and I have it styled the way I want it, then I glue down the hairline so you can't see the hairline. I'll make it invisible. You won't see that glue line at all. I'll make that disappear. But we have to get it styled right. And yeah, it's that left eye still bothers me. It still feels a little bit too far out. But I don't know. I guess, what do you think? Is it just me, or is it look good to you? I think this mask is a home run. Grand Slam. It's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. Sure. Hang on a second. The side of the mask. Okay, which side do you want? The right side, checkmark cheek, or the other side? Which side do you want to see? left eye cut is perfect. All right, you're looking at the screen. The left eye cut is perfect. Okay. All right, maybe it's just me. Either side. I'll do both sides. What the hell? All right, you know what I should do? Let me do this. Since I'm done hairing, I'm going to put this down. Don't mind my gut and my fat bod. But I'm actually losing weight again. I love it. Let me put this over here for a second. And I want to put the turnstile back up there, so it's easier to maneuver the mask. There we go. Yeah, I got a little bit of black on there from weathering it. And believe me, I'm probably going to have to do some upgraded pictures. All right, there's your first profile. And of course, I got to lift the camera up a little bit because how's that? There's a lot of hair on the back, but that'll all brush out, trust me. I only wish I was that accurate. I think it's pretty close, but it's not spot on. I can still see things that are not perfect yet. And therefore, that's why I have the clay. I have the silicone mold of this mask. And all I have to do is just make little adjustments to it. And I think I'm really going to have it perfect. There's not going to be too much more work to do to it. There's another profile. And I'm still going to put, you can see the line here a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this is the hairline. I'm going to put the glue on there, and I'm also going to put the hair, little hair follicles in there, but not a lot. Just enough to where it makes it a little fuzzy. I'm going to do that on both sides. I only put like this little bump here. It's not even, it's barely noticeable, but it's on the mask. The hairline's good, man. A lot of hair on it right now. It just seems like a lot more hair than there actually is. And once I brush that out, it's going to really look good. No, not a V3. Just the small adjustments to this. That's all. I'm not doing a V3. I'm not going to do any more silicone or any of that to it. I'm going to make another head sculpt and just make these tiny adjustments to it, and you know, things that I picked up on that I want perfect. It's not something that's going to really it's nothing that you're going to really see. I don't think you'll be able to pick out the difference. Let's just say that. That's why I don't want to make it and call it a V3, because you'll be looking at it and going, well, what the hell did you change? It doesn't look like you changed anything. But believe me, there's a few things I want to change. Just a few little tiny things. I'm a perfectionist. And when I can see something just a little tiny off, I'm one of these guys that, you know what? It still ain't right. I want it right. I want it perfect. I want it as perfect as I can possibly make it. But see, there's no investment to it. This next one that the little change that I'm gonna make to it, it's gonna take no time at all. That's how easy it's gonna be. And I'm not gonna spend months and months and months on this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that little adjustment, and I'm just gonna stone over top of that clay mold. All right. I won't have to, uh, and it's still going to be called the V2. I'm not changing that or anything. I'm just going to make those little adjustments, and I wasn't even going to say nothing to anybody. I wasn't going to say a thing about it. I was just going to do it and just kind of, put it in as the next, the next mold. It'll be the next mold that adjustment's made, but it's not going to be, and this mold won't go away. This will be available no matter what. So if I'll show it to everybody, and I'll show what I've done to what I think make it more accurate. And it's not really anything to do with like, I'm not going to say, because if I point it out, then it's like, oh yeah, you know what? No, I'm not going to point it out because it's so minute. It's such a small little thing that I want to fix. But it's not. I'm just a perfectionist. I can't help it. And but I think this thing is like, I mean, literally, I think it's the closest thing out there on the market right now. This mask is going to be the closest mask out there on the market that's going to represent the flashback mask. The paint scheme, if you love the paint scheme, I'm not going to reveal that, because if I reveal it, the secret's out. I'm going to just do the little adjustment, and you'll see it. I'll point it out when I make the adjustment, and then I'll say to you, okay, you can have this mask or that mask. Which one do you want to buy? And it's not going to. There's going to be such a small change that heads I win, tails you lose. It's such a small, minute change that it's not a big enough difference to really matter. It just depends on your taste. I think that's what it is. But this mask is going to be here for good because it's molded in silicone. I have the silicone master of it, and there won't be any changes. And I think you guys, when you get this mask, you're gonna love it. You're gonna friggin' love it. I'm telling you, it's so badass. It is really badass. It's a badass mask. All right, back to the forefront. You see the profile, you see the hair. Now what we're going to do is, once I tease it, then the hairline gets hidden. You pull it forward and you glue it all in there. You glue it so it disappears. But that's after I brush it out and tease it. Oh yeah, I got to brush it out and tease it. Why does that look crooked? Is it the phone? The phone's not level. The phone's not level, I don't think. The phone's pretty level. I think it is the mask. The mask is leaning a little bit. Hold on. Let me try and fix it. It bothers me when. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah, there you go. That's better. Now, the camera's up a little higher than straight on. So I want to say the camera is probably about even with right where the hairline is. The camera lens, and that makes a difference, because if your camera lens is down low or positioned, I'm going to say the camera's literally about right where the hairline starts, right at the forehead. I'm waiting to see if anybody. 5 people are on. Yeah, we got some hair on this bad boy. Anybody else want to comment? But yeah, I'm gonna make the little adjustments. I'm not even sure. I might not even bother, because I think it's that close. I think it's so close. I'm nitpicking too much. think I'm nitpicking. I do have to put I'm waiting on my, no, what you're seeing right there. Silverado, what's up? Okay, so here's how I have to do this. One, I don't know. I got a friend of mine. You guys know him, Pipe Master. Pipe Master. He's a local. He's literally about 50, 60 miles away from me. And I want him to try this on because this is a 25-inch mask, but boy, it fits tight on me, and I fit into a 24 as well. So, but this is also a thick casted mask. This is about an 8-inch thick mask right here. This is a pretty thick mask. It'll last you forever. That's the good thing about thick masks. But well, it's probably about, I'm going to say the mask on the inside is about 24 and a half, 24 and a half inches on the inside. 25 on the outside, 24 and a half, because it fits me like a glove. My chin is right in the chin. My, my everything is perfect. It perfectly fits. You know what? Let me put it on. I'll put it on for you guys, and I'll show you again, because, man, the thing really fits nice. Fits nice. Now, the hair's not styled. And it fits like a glove. It fits like a glove. Give me a second. I'm going to sit down. And then I'll get my... Jesus. All right. You can see the eye cuts are not too big. Let me zoom in. Now you see how the white, you can still see white up there? That means that glue is not cured yet. So what I have to do is let that, it's got to be completely clear. When that's completely clear, that white in there, then it's perfect. Then I can start combing it out. And this mask is kind of very tight, so to the point where my face is like real, it's just right in here. My chin. Here, wait a minute. Right there. That's it. That's my chin right there. There's like an 1/8 inch gap between and it's not distorting the mask at all. What's that, Black Scorpion? What's happening? This is the Flashback 78 25-inch mask. Fits me like a glove. And I need Pretty cool mask. I don't want to sweat in it though. I don't want to get that all sweated up. Give me a second. I'm gonna put the phone down a second and then put it back on the stand. But it fits really nice on me. I still have to style the hair. Okay, let's put this back on the stand and I can talk to you guys. But it's haired. The hairline is perfect. It's the way it's supposed to be. And of course it's not centered. What the hell? There we go, a little better. Yeah, it's funny when you're far away. Let me read your comments, Black Scorpion. Now that you've joined me, Pressman's back. Yeah, that's going to get styled tomorrow. I showed you the reason why. Hold on, let me read. Let's go back. I think the flashback mask has a slit in the lips. Not slitting the lips. I'm leaving that alone. You slit the lips, your mask at some point starts to deform. I don't like putting slits in the. And now you buy the mask and you want to put a slit in there, go for it. You know, I'm not telling people not to do it. I just wouldn't do it myself. I don't believe in putting the slit in the mouth. I don't think it's necessary. And it also over time makes any kind of hole, like even the hole in the neck, that's not punctured all the way through. I didn't actually cut the back out. Now the ears have holes, the nose has the holes, all right, and the eyes have the holes. That's the only, and the back has a slit in the back to put the mask on and off. And then there's a round divot on the back side of the mask that keeps it from tearing over time. That's why you put that round divot on the back of that slit, on the very top of the slit. But as far as putting a slit in the lips, I won't do that. Okay, so let me use the hair dryer to make the glue more clear. Now I'm not forcing this situation. I'm waiting until tomorrow. I'm not gonna overdo this. I'm waiting on the glue to naturally do its thing. Every time, and this is what Asylum, and I'm going to tell anybody out there, anytime and every time you try to rush things with this kind of stuff, you're going to ruin your project. So just take the time that's needed. Let it cure, let it do its thing. No matter whether it's latex, stone, whatever it is, every damn time I rush something, guess what happens? We end up with a mess, and it's not worth it. So I'd rather just take that extra day. No big deal. Tomorrow, anytime during the day, I'll style it, get it ready. Do I want to do it live? No, because I can't really talk to you guys while I'm doing it. I really need to focus when I'm styling the hair. I have to make it look good. I want it to look amazing. And so am I going to do the styling live? No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do it and then show it to you guys tomorrow. And then I got to get this mask to even if I might drive up there. Well, before I do that, I got to make a 24-inch mask. I have the mold done. It's dry and it's ready for latex. I was going to do that today, and then I walked out the door and it's 50 degrees and pouring rain. It was like 100% humidity in the air, and you cannot do latex outside with that kind of weather. Because it's too much humidity. So I don't have an outside shop. I don't have that. This is it, the studio, and I don't do latex inside the studio unless I absolutely have to. And that would be something I would do if it's dead of winter. I'll just wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be nicer, and I'll make a 24-inch version of the mask, and then I might take a drive up to Pipe Master instead of mailing it to him and all that bullshit. I'm gonna have him try on both masks, all right, and then because I'm looking to make sure that the 25 is too big for him and the 24 is perfect because he has a small head, and I know if the 24 fits him, it's going to fit anybody that has a small head. And I'm actually going to take my tape measure up to him, and I'm going to measure his head, so I know exactly what. If it turns out that the 24-inch version that I have fits him perfectly, I'll know how big someone's head will have to be to fit in that 24, because I think the 24 is going to feel really tight, small. And I'm going to make that a lot thinner than 1/8 inch. That's going to be a thinner mask by far, because the thicker you make a mask, the more shrinkage there is. Okay, so let me read some more comments here. Hey, what's up, Styles? How are you doing today, my friend? Black Scorpion. I'm doing great. And in Asylum, I think the flashback mask has a slit. Okay, we already covered that. Black Scorpion looks freaking awesome. I hope you love it. Can't wait for you to purchase it. Okay, Pressman. Hey, John, looks great. Can't wait to see the mask after hair is styled. And yes, it's going to be badass. I've got good hair on there, too. It's really good hair. I don't reveal what I use, because if I reveal what I use, it'll become very hard to get this product, because a lot of mask makers would love to get this hair. Trust me. This stuff is it's natural. All natural colors. That's not a dyed hair. This is not a dyed hair. Let's say black hair. Is this one of you? This one you showed us last night? Last stream. I had this last night, and I haired it today. About 4 hours ago, I finished up the hairing, and that's from last night. What you saw last night. It just looks a lot different now because it's got hair on it. Does change the way the thing looks, don't it? Okay, Asylum, TGE, way the mask is positioned reminds me of the scene when Michael was surrounded by the cops. Yeah? It's pretty badass, man. I think it's pretty good, man. I think this mask is going to be a true winner. I think it's going to be a sought out. I hope sought after. I want it to be just as popular as NAG. I'm not looking to overtake NAG's position. No, thank you, because I don't think I can keep up with that kind of business. I'm a one-man show, and don't have any plans on hiring a bunch of people and doing. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not in this for mass production. Get it while it's hot. Get it while you can. Don't play around. When they go on eBay, if you're seriously trying to get this thing, I'm going to say first 5 masks that I'm selling on here, this is going to be listed as number 1. Once I have Pipe Master try it on, this is going to be listed as number 1 25-inch. All right. There'll be a number 1 24-inch as well. All right. But I would recommend taking a tape measure and measuring your head, and I'm talking about a cloth tape measure. Measure the diameter of your head. Go across the brow, the eyebrows, go right above your ears, all right, and then go to the furthest peak of the back of your head. Take that diameter measurement. I need to know that diameter to know whether or not the 25 is your mask or the 24 will be your mask. And if necessary, I can go all the way up to 26. I still have the master for the 26. the mold for the 26. I still have that copy. Anyway, so the one thing about the 26 is if I ever have to make another mold, because it, you know, it does get used a lot. Now, I don't think it's going to get used a lot because there's not very many people that need a 26-inch mask. But there are a few people, so whoever needs that 26, then I have to literally pour up a clay head each time I make a new mold to get that 26. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, this is I think this is a winner. I think this is going to really be a mind-blowing event. When you open up this, when you guys open up the box, you're going to be like, oh my God. Now, you guys, I did share you the, let me do that again. Let me go on, I'll share the link. You know what I should, damn, it's too late. I should have taken a bunch of pictures with the hair on it and put it on Facebook. I didn't do it. So let me do this again. I'll share my link. I got to go to Facebook first. Facebook. Got to switch to custom. My buddy was on earlier. Actually, I didn't go to custom. Here we go. I'll share the link. So you guys can peek at that mask again. The lighting in here is washing it out. You don't see the colors. You cannot see the colors real well. You can see a little yellow. You can see a little yellowing, but you're not seeing the true colors. It sucks because I hate YouTube for not upping their game with their video. It should be. Now you can click that link and you can check out the pictures some more. Now it doesn't have hair on it, so. But tomorrow I'm going to do a whole bunch of pictures of this, and I'm going to put it back on Facebook, and you'll be able to look at this thing styled and haired and really nice pictures of it. So high definition pictures, and I think I might even take the pictures outside so you get it in natural daylight, but it'll be in the shade. Because the problem with putting it in bright sunlight, the same thing happens. It washes out the face. This is slightly weathered, very, very little weathering, and you'll see that in the new pictures. But it's very subtle because this mask really didn't have a lot of weathering to it, the flashback mask. I plan on sending 2 masks. Actually 4 masks, 2 for James Carter to keep, and then 2 for me to have. And I'm going to have him do the flashback as the movie version, styled and haired and painted like the movie version. And I'm also going to have him do one, make it look like the 78. Paint it the way the 78 was, and even weather it heavy, fairly heavy, like it was. I want it to look like it was at the very end of the film, and I want it to look like, paint it like the 78. That would be cool. I want to see what James Carter can do with that. I don't know if you guys know who James Carter is, but he's one of the best overhaul painters of the Michael Myers franchise. He's absolutely amazing with his artwork. I mean, I have a scheme that I use that I don't think anybody does. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just saying my paint scheme is unique, very unique. The art is all with airbrush. I do the art with all airbrush. Very little weathering is done at the very end of this, um, but it's mostly airbrush. Everything that I do to it. And I think it's pretty good. You know, I'll let you guys determine that. You guys really like the pictures that are on Facebook? Leave a comment on Facebook if you can. Let me know that you saw it. Yeah, leave your comments too. I got 3 likes on it. I guess some people did see it yesterday. Now, the thing is, I fixed the eye cut on that left eye cut, the checkmark cheek side. That actually got lightened up. So that picture, I can't wait to update those pictures, because those pictures, it looks better now than it did yesterday. Yeah, I can't wait to get them updated, those pictures. That's going to be nice. But I also have to wait for my Plasti Dip to come. That comes Friday. So the Plasti Dip gets here Friday, and that'll make this mask even look better, and it'll seal it. Now I intend to seal the mask on the inside and the outside, because you don't want the latex to get sweaty, and you'll have that protectant layer of Plasti Dip, but it's a very, very fine mist. The reason why I do a real fine mist with the Plasti Dip is you don't want it to be a solid coat, because it can peel off. If it's kind of spritzed on there, it really adheres to the mask a lot better, and it can't really peel off because it's a misting. All right, but it also protects the mask, it protects the latex, it protects the paint job, it protects the inside and the outside. When you're on, if you wear your mask and you're going trick-or-treating, or you're out doing a scare, your sweat won't affect the mask as badly. You still want to make sure that you clean your mask every time you get, if it gets sweaty, make sure you clean it out really good with a little bit of soap and water. And then no, I don't use Plasti Dip for hairspray. I don't like using anything but real hairspray, because honestly, if you get the wrong product and you put it in there, Plasti Dip will actually turn foggy, and it'll look like a film that's all over your hair. And that, yeah, it gives you better grab, but it doesn't. You lose that hair. You lose that hair quality big time. So I use a really good firm hairspray. But see, also by using hairspray, what happens is, if you need to restyle it, or if it's something goes haywire on there, you can get the hairspray out. You can kind of get it out of there, or you can. But once you put any kind of Plasti Dip or anything like that, you ain't getting that out of that hair without ripping the hair out. You'll never get it out. With hairspray, you can mist it with a little bit of water and then brush it right out. You don't even have to mist it. You can just brush it out. And the hair's not really going to come out much once I brush it out myself. What's left on that head will really stay there, unless you literally rip the hair out. But putting the hair, I'm going to style the hair, send it off, and try to really keep it. You'll see that the direction. You might have to you might have to put the devil's horns back out a little bit on the mask, but you're going to have a high quality hair job done to it that you might have to make a little bit of adjustments because of shipping. Um, and you know what? Maybe I'll do a video on, you know, hair getting matted, uh, and then show you how to straighten it out, how to bring it back to life, so to speak. I'll do a video on that once I do I'll purposely mat down the hair with the devil's horns and everything there, and then from there show you how to style it, or actually bring it back to life a little bit. I'm not going to show you the whole procedure of styling the whole head. That's a time-consuming thing. That does take some time to do that hair right. No, I would never just use regular hairspray. Don't ever use any kind of products. Like, I mean, there was another product that somebody else I heard was using, and I'm like, I don't trust anything that's, because a lot of that, like, what the hell was the name of it? I don't think I have any in here. I think I took it all outside. Yeah, I did take all my sprays outside. But anyway, you don't want to use any kind of like acrylics or anything like that. No way, because it turns milky and it turns like this. It looks like you got looks like you got cobweb all over the hair. Don't use it. Yeah, just stick with regular hairspray. And use super hold. You can use a gel, hair gel, to give it that nasty, gnarly look. But you got to do that carefully. You don't want to overdo that with that. Use a hair gel. You know, tease it. You can do whatever you want to it. It's going to come styled to you, and like the devil's horns are going to be really, really heavily glued, so to speak. But it'll be heavy gel and heavy hairspray on those devil's horns, so they won't come apart very easily. But they could get matted, because I put bubble wrap around the mask, and I put it in a 12 by 12 inch box. I don't ship this mask in a flat mask. I don't flatten the mask ever. I make sure it's foam. I fill it. I stuff it from the inside, so even if the box gets crushed, chances are the mask doesn't get too damaged. You know, because you never know. Shipping can be a nightmare. It can come to you and the box is damaged because it's, you know, been bounced around a little bit. But the one thing about the box, it's very light. The only way it's going to get crushed if something heavy falls on top of it or something, or somebody puts something real heavy on it, which I don't think that they would do that in shipping. But I intend to put Fragile on my boxes, so this way it's handled a little better. Pipe Master, yo! Pipe Master's in the house. There we go. We got hair on this bad boy, and not a ton of it. So Pipe Master, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get your address, and I'm going to take a drive up to you, like after, you know, like I know you get done late in the afternoon. I don't want to say your hours, but I know you get done late in the afternoon, and kind of just shoot up there and have you try on both of these masks instead of shipping it in the mail and all that stuff. But I want to get the other mask done. So tomorrow I plan on making that 24-inch mask. And I'm bringing them both up to you, because I definitely, and not only that, I'm going to bring my tape measure, Pipe Master. I'm going to bring my tape measure, and I'm going to measure your head so I know exactly what size head you have, and I can make sure that when people buy the 25 or the 24, that the head size will fit, because you're more than likely, you think that you're going to fit in that 24, which is okay. I'm not going to argue that point, but I want to make sure of it. I want to make damn sure of it. All right, so This mask is actually a thick pour mask. This is a 1/8 inch thick. This is a really thick mask. Um, it only dwelled for 2 hours, so I know that my dwell time has to be only 1 hour only to keep the mask not too thin, but not too thick either. And the thinner the mask, the less shrinkage there is. So we don't want a ton of shrinkage. So this mask actually fits very tight on me. I just put it on tonight, Pipe Master, and it's shrunk up a little bit more. It feels like. So the 24 is going to feel too small for me. That's for sure. I think. But that might be because this mask is a thick pour. It's a thick pull, not pour, thick pull. So. Yeah, it looks washed out, man. The pictures on Facebook do it justice. Now, I didn't take any new pictures of it. I should have done that before I went and streamed live. I'm gonna resculpt. I'm gonna retool that too. There's some things on the Night Creeper that I want to redo, and I think what I'm gonna do with the Night Creeper is I'm going to turn that into an H1, an authentic, real-looking H1. The life cast mask, it's dead in the water. There's a couple people, I just saw that there's a couple people that are going to do this mask from the life cast. One, I think the life cast is too small. It's too small. The actual cast, the face is actually 23 inches, as is now. If I make that mask, it's going to be a 22-inch mask because it shrinks about an inch. That's if I do a real thin copy of it. So, I mean, if I have to sculpt it to make it bigger, you know, the head's huge, but the face looks way too small for the head. Doesn't look right. So I'm like, you know what? I don't like what I'm seeing. I think what I have to do is literally make my Night Creeper into an H1. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it into the H1. That's my plan. And you know, make it look like the H1. I've got plenty of pictures of the H1 for reference. But that's going to be a winter project. That's not going to be, this is the selling season, and this is the only mask that I have going. I have the version 1, if you guys are interested in the version 1 of this flashback. But the only mask that I really plan on selling is this V2 FB78 over the summer. That's the only one I plan on selling. Focused on that, make sure that everybody gets their copy that I promised, and they'll have their copy. My retooled version, that's going to be a purchase. You know, if I retool this thing, and I'm not sure I'm going to retool it. I may or may not do it. I might, but it's so small that the little things that I have that I feel like I could change to improve it. The adjustment is so tiny. Even Pipe Master said it to me. He said, you know, you're wasting your time with that. I think you're really on top of it right now. You got a perfect mask. So, but there are little things that I may not. I don't know. But I don't know. I just think that I'm being a little too anal, I guess. But that's how I am. That's my nature. I'm a perfectionist, and that's why it's taken me so long to get this mask done. Because every time I turn around, I see something a little bit that needs to be fixed. And it bothers me. But this is so small, you won't even notice the difference. I honestly feel like you won't notice the difference if I make the change. And that's why I kind of like, the more I think about it, the more I'm going, yeah, to hell with it. Just leave it alone. This is what you get. This is it. This is the flashback. And if I do alter it, I'm not going to call it V3. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm just going to make the change, you know, make a mold, put it out there as the V2. You know, it's just, the little changes will be so subtle that You won't notice the difference. So, with that being said, guys, what do you guys think? You know, it sucks to look at this picture the way it is right now. You know what? Let me tilt the head up. Let me tilt the face up so it's looking at the camera directly more directly. The face is looking down a little bit. See, now I have, don't mind my fat bod. I have the hair so it's nice and tight. And I got the pompadour thing going on here. But the hair is nice and tight on the sides. There you go. Yeah, this needs to be, it can't be too pompadoured out. It has to be more like that. More like that. That looks more like the flashback. It ain't styled yet. It's not styled yet. We gotta brush it out and style it. That's tomorrow. I've learned my lesson and learned it well. Do not rush things. You have to make sure things are dry in the ample times that they tell you to. You know, if it takes a day, let it cure for a day. Every time you rush something like this, you end up with, you know, a pile of shit. And I'm not doing that. I'm not rushing it no more. That's the end of them days. Learn my lesson and learn it well. But there you are. This is yes, that's a fact. Every time too, not just once in a while. Every time I rush something, it comes out screwed up. I don't want to use that word. Screwed up. So no, I take my time with everything now. I try to keep my language clean on here, so forgive me if I drop that F-bomb. But every time I do, it just doesn't pay. Doesn't pay to not just be a little patient. You have to be a little more patient, that's all. And the thing is, if I'm selling this mask to somebody, I don't want to rush it so where you end up with a bad product. That's not going to happen. I really take my pride in the quality. Now, NAG uses, and this is what I need to find out. I don't know if NAG will ever reveal this to me or reveal it to anybody for that matter, but they use a really high quality latex. I don't mind spending the money on a good quality latex, but I need to know what that latex is. I don't want to spend $300 on latex, $400 on 5 gallons of latex, and then find out that it's not the same latex. It doesn't give me that same quality. NAG's masks, the latex is awesome. The latex I have is good too. It's really good. It comes from Monster Makers. I have Monster Makers latex, and I don't know if you guys know what Monster Makers is, but no, I'm doing the styling on the hair. I mean, the thing is, it's the hair product that I put in there. You can redo it yourself if you need to. You can do it yourself. You know, it's going to be a small adjustment. He may make small adjustments to the hairstyle, but you're going to have to anyway, because when it comes out of the box, I'm sure it's going to be matted a little bit, so you're going to have to make those little adjustments. But you're not going to have to go and redo the whole hairstyle. No, you won't have to do that. Because I wrap it in bubble wrap. But where was I at? I just lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Senior moment. And yes, I am a senior. I'm going to be 63 the end of this month, the end of June. Is it June yet? No, it's not June yet. So the end of June, I'm going to be 63. I'm an old fart, man. Yes, definitely Black Scorpion. I have to take my time with stuff. I don't believe in rushing anything. And it looks better when you're looking straight at the mask too, because now the lips look right. When it was tilted down, the peak, the lips didn't look. They looked weird. It's the lighting though. The lighting in here is terrible. And it's not just lighting. I can't say that because I take photos. My photographs when I take the photos from my camera and I upload them to Facebook. They look amazing. You know, the lighting does. You know, you have to tinker with the lighting, but the lighting's good in here. But so what you think, guys? Who's getting in line to buy this mask? I want to know. I want to know who's really interested in this mask. Um, when I put this up, this will be the #1 copy of the flashback for sale. You guys that that I promised you, you're getting special edition masks. You're getting your name tag. Asylum, Pipe Master. There's a few other guys that have been with me since the very beginning, and I'm talking 4 years ago. So you guys get free masks, and you've you know you've been with me for a long time, and it's my way to say thank you. So, but you're getting special editions. You don't have to worry about #1 or 2 or 3 or 5th mask. You're getting special editions. You're getting your name tag right inside the mask. It's going to be Pipe Master Special Edition. That's all it's going to say. And it's going to have my signature in there. I don't want to put numbers on that for you guys because to say you get #1 or #2 or #3, you're getting special editions. I think it's just a better way to do that. And I'm going to hand carve or hand sculpt your names, Pipe Master and Asylum. I'm leaving just Asylum. I'm not doing any Beyond the Dead and all that stuff. It's just going to be Asylum. Unless you want another name altogether. And you can privately message me that. This way you're not sharing your name or anything. If you want your real name on there, that's up to you. I'm leaving that up to you guys to decide. I know Bo, he hasn't been on in a while, but Bo gets one. He's been on with me. And Asylum, and there's a couple other guys too. There's like 5 people that get free masks. I think that's all there is though. You know, and everybody's like, oh, how come you keep promising? Well, because the guys have been with me for a long time. They've stuck with me. Now, they haven't been on lately, but that doesn't mean they're not, they might be working or something, you know, so. And I've been random. I haven't been real faithful as far as being on a lot on YouTube. Can you guys hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can hear me. I haven't been on YouTube a lot because I've just been so busy with my other work, plus trying to get this mask done. I've been really focused on getting it done. And it's really tough to do lives when you're sculpting because your focus isn't, you have to be more focused. And that's really what it comes down to. You have to be more focused when you're doing this sculpting. Cool. All right, Pipe Master, cool. Yeah, so what I was saying, Pipe Master, is I want to drive up to you when I have 2 of these masks done. Haired, styled, painted, the whole 9 yards. And I'm going to make the customized logos. And what I plan on doing is I'm going to put those emblems inside your mask, but I'm not going to do that right away. I have to make sure that the mask, whichever one you want is the one you're going to get. I'm leaving that with you. And then I'm going to, or you want to wait until July and then I'll have the name tag in there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. I can put the name tag in there. Black Scorpion. Yes, you can hear me fine. Good. So, yeah, maybe that's a better idea. I'll have you try on the masks, see which one fits you the best, Pipe Master, because I'm going to drive up to you. It just might be an easier thing. And let you try it on. I do. I do take care of viewers, and the longer you're with me, the more I'm going to take care of you. So it's just I'm not really making any money on YouTube, and I'm not trying to either. It's just that when people spend this much time listening to me just talk about bullshit, and or take interest in what I'm doing, that's worth something. That's your time's worth something to me as well. Um, I'm honored that people feel like I don't know. The funny thing happened. I'll tell you something that happened to me really funny. Unless you guys haven't heard this story, I might have said it already. But the new people that are on here, I went to Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. All right, and I went and I met Dick Warlock there for the first time. I've talked to him before online, but I never met him in person. And I took a mask up there for him to have, and that was my first versions of the mask. And so anyway, the point of the story is, I get up there and I'm standing in line waiting to meet Dick Warlock, and somebody comes running up to me. All right, and tries to get my autograph. And I'm going, I don't know who you think I am, but I'm just a little blown away. I'm not like, who do you think I am? I'm not one of them guys up there, standing behind the tables signing autographs. And then the guy says to me, he says, no, man, I watch you on YouTube all the time. I'm going, really? Now my brother Keith is an entertainer. And he's going, holy shit, really? And he's kind of blown away, and I'm blown away. I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and I'm going, now I feel weird because I reacted so, like, huh? My wife's standing right next to me, and she's going, are you shitting me? Because a lot of people know me locally here from being a DJ for so many years, and they come up and they'll sit and we'll be out to dinner, and I'll always get interrupted. Somebody will come up to me and hey Styles, what you up to, man? How you been? You still DJing? You still this? You still that? Yeah. So, but I'm eating dinner, and it annoys my wife terribly. It really does. She can't stand it when that happens when we're out to dinner. And we don't go out to dinner as much as we used to. And this was years ago. This isn't like nowadays. I don't get that too much anymore. So which is good. But I mean, I know a lot of people locally. So, but this is the first time somebody come running up to me about YouTube and said, and I was kind of like floored by it. And this was back, when was that? It's like 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago, I think it was, when they had, Monster Mania. In Cherry Hill, and Dick Warlock was there. It was in the summertime. I remember that. It was in August, 3 years ago. So yeah, it was wild. I was taken back by it. I was like, it just goes to show you how powerful YouTube really is. It really is a powerful tool to communicate with people, and share good content. So. I really don't like talking politics on the channel at all. I don't want to go there, and I'm from now on, I really am staying away from politics. So I don't, if somebody were to bring that up, I just want to stay away from it. I do. Just, it's no point to it. No point to it. So, anyway, let's see, what else? Yeah, so that was an interesting day for me. That was really interesting. kind of blew my mind, my wife's mind, and especially my brother. He was kind of like, "What the hell, man? I got to start a YouTube channel." I said, "Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know." But the problem is he's doing music, so he has no original stuff. I said, "Well, that's the problem. If you don't have anything original, it makes it tough." You know, because music gets flagged on there. So if you do any kind of copies or rendition, um, anything that's copyrighted, man, you get flagged. So I don't know. I don't know what he can do. I told him, you know what? He does magic too. My brother does magic while he sings. So it's pretty cool. So I told him, look, do magic. I gave him a really cool idea. I hope he runs with it. I told him to do it under a black light and make your hands with white gloves so they can't see you. You're all blacked out, and then do everything in black light. That'd be cool.
What, man?
What's up? I'm live. I'm jumping off of here in a few seconds here. I'm not gonna stay much on longer. So what are you doing?
Nothing. Came down to see how far along you got.
Well, I got it's haired. It's haired. It's accurate. My man Angelo's in the house. Pipe Master, say hello to Angelo. You were asking about him earlier today.
What's up, Pipe Master? How you doing?
So yeah, we're. But I'm gonna jump off of here, guys. I wanted to give you an update. I did the hair. Tomorrow is the styling, and I'll be on tomorrow night. And I'll definitely upload a bunch of pictures so you guys can see this mask. And it doesn't look washed out when you're on. You know, if you look at my custom corpses, go on the page, and you'll see the new pictures up there tomorrow. But I'm gonna jump off of here because I am starving. I haven't eaten today. Holy shit. That's not good. I haven't eaten it today. I had my shakes, you know, but I haven't eaten anything yet. So let's do this. Let's do a zoom. No, I can't zoom in. All right, Black Scorpion, have a great night. And I will see you guys on the flip side. I'll see you on the flip side. Now, tomorrow night, I'll see you guys back here. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the like buttons. Thanks for watching the channel. I really do appreciate it. And that's why I do that. I make sure that the people that have watched me the longest really get something out of out of the content. All right, guys. Peace. I'll see you